The myth tested in this experiment is if foods lose their nutrients when they are microwaved or cooked. This myth discusses the morality of availability and widespread of information because people are not aware of the additional effects. In this experiment, we wanted to calculate change in nutrients if food was microwaved or heated. For this, we used pineapple for a test. The first step was chopping fresh pineapple and separating the juices from the pulp. The controlled juice was separated from the other samples. The first two 10 milliliter samples were microwaved for 15 seconds in a 50 milliliter beaker. The same process was then repeated for 30 and 45 seconds with two different samples each. The samples were then placed in a spectrometer to calculate absorbance with a graph of absorbance versus wavelength. The results were meant to show the change in the concentration of beta-carotene. After recording the results for microwaving the pineapple, 3 different samples were heated at low for different times, 1, 2, and 3 minutes, measuring the temperatures every 30 seconds. Each sample was then placed in the spectrometer to again measure the change in concentration of beta-carotene, which is a form of vitamin A that gives pineapple its color.
Fruits are made up of carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, vitamins, minerals, and fiber. A vitamin is a chemical that is required by the body in order for the organism to function properly. When applying heat, either boiling or microwaving a fruit, the heat energy transferred affects the nutrients, which in detail will break down the bonds in the protein. When experimenting with pineapple, we analyzed that after heat was applied to the fruit, the pigment of the fruit degraded due to the protein structure being altered. As heat was applied for longer periods of time, the pigment degraded, which concludes to beta-carotene having greater absence in the fruit. Since there is less beta-carotene in the fruit, it means there is less vitamin A consumption. When food is cooked or microwaved, the source of vitamin A is being diminished and it will later have an effect on the body. Low levels of vitamin A can affect the body in many ways. One of them is dryness in the eyes and night blindness. Anemia is also associated with low levels of vitamin A because the lack of vitamin A lowers the iron status in the body.
Carbohydrates, which are the sugars found in starches in fruits and vegetables, turn golden brown and form new flavors due to the transformation called caramelization. And indeed, this process causes sugars to turn into caramel. Caramelization is caused by pyrolysis, which is the process that a substance undergoes when exposed to certain temperatures.